This week on Silver Screen, we introduce you to some foreign exchange students, take a look at the Young Women Engineering Club, and have some details about stadium renovations.
Good afternoon, Dutch Fork. Today is Friday, September 2nd, and your Silver Screen Report starts now.
Do you like engineering?
Yeah, I love biomedical engineering.
Well, the Young Women's Club of Engineering might have been the place you've been looking for. They had an interest meeting this last Monday, and I was there. Here's more. Young Women in Engineering is a club that has been established to let women at Dutch Fork get their hands into different types of engineering.
My hope of creating this club is to teach more young women what engineering really is and to show them that it's socially acceptable and really, really fun.
Expose myself to different types of engineering so that I'm able to make a better decision on what I want to do.
The club not only plans to work on problems around the school, but problems female engineers face in the real world.
We plan to have some kind of big project that will help the world in whatever way we can.
I hope maybe we can do like an activity, or maybe have some activity where we design an object or improve on an object, or maybe have like a speaker about engineer come in and talk to us.
Young women interested in expanding upon their knowledge of engineering or just wanting to have some fun on a Monday afternoon should join Engineering Club.
It's really important to have a bigger representation of girls in this workforce. And for girls to come to this club, they can see what engineering is like and see the different fields of it and to find an interest, since there are so many different aspects of engineering.
There are lots of places for women to be in the engineering field, so why not?
This has been Caleb Hanna of your Silver Screen Report.
The SAT word of the week is resolute, an adjective meaning firm or determined.
Freshmen are not the only students new to Dutch Fork this year. Thomas Aceto investigates.
While most students have to adapt to a new schedule at the beginning of each year, foreign exchange students also have to adapt to a new country.
Everything is a lot bigger and it's sweeter, and there's a lot made of like with a bit more fat or a bit more sugar, and it's like really different than to Germany.
School in my country was like a lot smaller.
Well, here the schools are really different, and also the people. In Spain we don't have like a lot of races of people, and here is a lot of people of different races.
People are really open here, and they just are very likely to just start a conversation like anywhere. So that's really fun.
Moving to a new country includes new cultural experiences for the exchange students.
It is bigger, it is more code, and it's a lot of technical kind of based. I didn't have that in Germany, so it's like really new for me. And we didn't have Edmodo, I think it is called.
The schools here are huge. In Spain we have a school like for 600 people. Here is like near 3,000.
Well, in math class it's sometimes difficult because certain subjects are kind of hard to translate, so that was definitely a bit of a language barrier. But, you know, it's getting better.
With a new start in a new place, it's a perfect opportunity for exchange students to learn the American way of life.
I would like to meet new people, so building up contacts and just see how American teenagers are living, because I think that's really interesting, and it's like good if you want to see how a country really is.
This has been Autumn Franklin with your Silver Screen Report.
For this week's Kids in the Hall, we asked students if they could study in another country, where would it be?
I would probably go study in France because they have lots of cool architecture.
Spain for the language and the culture and fashion.
Study Africa because their way of life is really interesting, and it's just something I would like, you know, not just experience.
Trinidad because of the culture and the Caribbean heritage that I grew up on, and mostly just family and friends.
Hey Caleb, have you noticed the differences in the stadium this year?
Yeah, Trey. We sent new reporter Mia Perry to investigate the story behind the changes.
As students arrived to Dutch Fork at the beginning of the school year, they might have noticed a change to the parking lot area. Over the summer, John Daywell undertook a stadium renovation project.
This was requested of me by the Touchdown Club, and there's obviously limited funding on what can be done to improve the stadium through the school and through the district. So they wanted us to do anything we could to just help the stadium look a little bit better than it currently does.
From the entrance to the press box, the project looks to update the aging stadium's attributes.
We started with the Foxes banners, the big banners you've seen on the stadium. From there we did the light pole banners for all the different sports that use the stadium. And then from there we worked on the scoreboard. So we have a new sound system. It was almost fully complete at the first game. As of today, it is now complete, so it should sound even better at the next game.
Questions have been raised as to where the money has come from to fund these renovations.
So all of the banners we did are all funded by the sponsors that are on the front of the stadium and on the bottom of the scoreboard.
The changes were a surprise to students returning for the new school year, adding a new and improved look to the stadium.
The first day of school, you look at the stadium and you're like, oh, that's new, it looks nice.
Really cool, see how the big Dutch Fork spelled out, and how all the little posts out in the parking lot, they have all the different sports. Thought that was really cool.
If somebody is coming to play us, then they can feel like they're going to lose because it's intimidating.
Well, I think it's better because it makes the school look better and show our spirit towards the school and not look as plain as it was.
Overall, the changes were approved by members of the student body.
It looks better than what it used to be. It makes it look very good.
I think they were good. They were a great idea because it kind of brings the whole school together to have all the different sports teams logos together. Kind of brings home that we're one big family.
The next stadium cleanup day is Saturday, September 10th at noon. This has been Mia Perry with your Silver Screen Report.
Students who drive, you must be in the student parking lot before 8:10 and before 9:15 on Wednesdays. So you must be inside the parking lot before those times. So get here early, leave early to get here early. At the end of the day, you must leave the band grid before 4 o'clock. So if you're parked on the band grid at spaces 1 through about 150, you must leave the band grid before 4 o'clock.
At Dutch Fork High School, everyone wears an ID. The IDs are to be worn around your neck. You can have a lanyard. If you'd like to pin it, that's fine, but it needs to be on the waist, above the waist, around your neck, not attached to a book bag, or we'll have to talk about 2-hour detention. I don't want to do that.
But we want to make sure that we're keeping our facilities nice and clean here. All right, so if y'all guys can help me out, if you see any trash, make sure you pick it up, put it in the trash cans. That'd be much gratefully appreciated.
If you're new to Dutch Fork, there are attendance regulations in order to get class credit. For a year-long class, you can miss 5 days unexcused. Those include parent notes. For semester classes, it's 3 days. If you accumulate absences greater than 5 or 3, you'll have to attend Saturday makeup, which means it's a $15 charge. You come here for each block that you miss. So that means if you missed 6 entire days unexcused, you'll have to make up 4 classes. So that's 6 hours you'd be at school and $60. So make sure you're here. If you miss a day, make sure you turn in your note within 5 days.
Students should dress for success each day. Some important dress code reminders to remember. Students should never wear any article of clothing that's distracting or revealing. Things that students should not wear include halter tops, see-through shirts or blouses, as well as tops that show a student's bare midriff. Also, any type of headgear should not be worn inside the building. Headgear includes hats, hoodies, scarves, handkerchiefs. An additional item to remember as far as dress codes is all shorts and skirts, as well as dresses, should be to at least the mid-thigh area on a student in order to be permitted. Undergarments should also not be visible at any time. This includes upper undergarments for shirts that are worn, as well as underwear from pants that are not worn at the natural waistline. In the back of the building is the car rider pickup line. Students need to stay on the sidewalk, move down as far as to the end of the sidewalk as possible. Please only cross the street in the back at the crosswalk for students. Do not cut in front of traffic at any other location. That applies for students being dropped off in the morning, as well as students being picked up at the end of the day. It is important to remember that the pickup time for students is 4 o'clock. After 4 o'clock, students need to be off campus, so students should not be lounging in the front of the building or the back of the building after 4 o'clock. And anytime after 4 o'clock, students should be with an assigned teacher or a coach, but it is important for students to arrange transportation to get off of campus at the end of the school day.
At Dutch Fork, we have the PBIS program for students who are reputable, responsible, and respectful. You can earn benefits, one of those being Classy Cash. Classy Cash can be redeemed at iCare during lunch. We have Dutch Fork gear that you can trade in. It can additionally be used to pay for temporary IDs. 1 Classy Cash equals 1 temporary ID.
At Dutch Fork High School, there are reporters and there are producers. These are their stories.
And now are some announcements. The Academic Literacy Enrichment Center, or ALEC, is looking for peer tutors. If you're interested in becoming a tutor, see Mr. McGee in room 109. Interested in joining the PEP Club? See Ms. Hirsch in room 207 or check the scrolling announcement for the group's Google Classroom code. Now to Trey for more.
Thanks, Caleb. The book club will be reading Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard and will be discussing it on September 29th in the Media Center. See Mr. Gillum in room 204 for more information. Stay safe this weekend. Remember, Monday is a school holiday and Tuesday will be a B-Day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
To their interest group on meeting. If I hadn't said group. So close.
That's so terrible. God.